Buongiorno, good morning, Goeiemorgen, Sawubona, from La Placide in Amanus. And it's the old bloke on his beautiful art journey again. Except it's not so beautiful at the moment. I better show you what's been going on. Let's see if I can... yeah. Hopefully that'll do it. If you've watched the previous video I posted on my YouTube channel, you will know that this piece, where we had got to at the end, was I'd stuck this piece of fabric down with Bostik glue, which is the villain of this piece. I'm blaming it on the glue, nothing to do with me, of course, except I then got carried away after having stuck this down to the canvas by just losing the plot and making whirls of glue in a swirly pattern around here, which just seemed to make sense. Well, none of this makes sense, but it's just what I did. And then my hairdryer to dry my canvas had broken, so I got impatient and I put blobs of paint on top of the glue globules, and then I did all this while the video was filming, and then I thought, well, let's see how it works, and I put a brush through it, and of course picked up the glue that hadn't yet dried, so I had a mixture of paint and glue. And I think this is a prime example of how to mess things up. So I'm learning. If you're watching and don't know an awful lot about painting, like me, then you're learning as well. If you do know what you're doing, then you're probably having a jolly good laugh, and that's fine by me. Maybe I should have always been in the entertainment business anyway. But anyway, so then I switched off the video because it was going to go on too long, and I did the others. I had three bands of glue and colour that went around here, and then I just put a brush through all of them, and then took a bigger brush and mixed them all up. And to be honest with you, it was an absolute dog's breakfast. It was such a mess, gaudy. Yeah, it just didn't work. So this morning I painted white paint over it, and we'll start again. And I'm quite excited actually, because I get to use my granny loofah thing. I bought a new one. I went shopping yesterday. I bought some exciting red plastic. Yes, I know, plastic, not environmentally friendly, but this fork will last me a long time. And I'll probably end up using it for something else, I don't know what. And then I bought some exciting scourer sponges because I love sponging paint onto canvas. I carried away and bought a couple of bathroom sponges, and we'll see how those work in time. I was actually looking for those sponges, fancy ones, which look a bit like they've been taken off a coral reef somewhere, but that's environmentally very, very unfriendly. So I'm glad I didn't find one of those, except I'll probably make them out of something else by now, but I don't know. Anyway, I didn't get any of them, but I'm quite aroused by my sponge collection. I think we'll get some good artwork out of it. Anyway, so that fork can go over there. So I managed to replace my hairdryer, apart from the bit of paint on the side, which I've just picked up on my finger. It's dry. Strangely enough, this colour has come through the white paint, no matter how much white paint I put on it. Very strange colour. It came in one of my... It doesn't have a shade, but it's like a a dark turquoise. Would you call that a dark turquoise? I'm not quite sure what you'd call that. Deep turquoise, well, there's probably some fancy name for it, but I'd used that for the first time, and anyway, it's giving me like a bit of a green wash, so we'll work with that. So here we go, granny loofah time. I won't be using it to wash any granny's back with, but it's a very exciting bit of equipment, because if I can replicate what I saw on a art tutorial on YouTube, then it could be quite, oh, it's going to be exciting. I don't know, it could end up being another dog's breakfast. And as I remember it, that person doing the tutorial applied the paint directly onto the loofah, and I'm going to do this now, and I don't know if I should do them one by one or all three at once. My inclination is always to go big and put the three colors on the loofah, and then this canvas isn't really big enough to, you can see the size of this thing, this loofah. I need to have a big canvas, but I haven't graduated to that yet, can't afford it really. Oh, what the hell, you know, once again, let's go for it. If it ends up being a mess, then we will have learned something from it. I'll put a blob of yellow there. And a blob of red there. I have a sense that this loofah probably needs to be used a few times before it really hits its stride and starts to work. Nice blue, ultramarine. I don't always give you the paint color shades. Or oh, this one hasn't been opened yet. Where are my scissors? Okay. White paint on painting trousers. So you can see I got supremely prepared for this tutorial. Oh gosh, lovely colour, but rather too much of it, I think. So there we go, red, yellow and blue, and yeah, let's just see what happens. Oh, goodness knows, I've probably overdone it again, and we could end up with anything. But I think the idea is to sort of follow this, but I don't have much space to work in. So I've got a feeling this is not going to work. But anyway, let's try. Hold your breath. Oh, and it all just comes off. Well, let's leave that, and that's how I wanted this. I'll use those blobs. I'm going to work around them at the moment. And where's my red gone? I'm trying to get a bit of red splatter. All I'm getting is yellow. Oh gosh. That looks quite good there. Just gonna go for it, man. I'll be fanning around here all day. I just picked up a bit of red there, so yellow. A bit to the blue. I need more blue. Yeah. Apart from my initial error in, we can probably fix that somehow, maybe with one of my sponges. Perhaps purely by accident rather than design, this will end up looking quite good, but I'm a bit concerned about the amount of, maybe I shouldn't be. Let's just put some on top of the fabric pieces. Like so. Try and get this blue off the canvas. I don't know if you can see, just to give you an update, I think you'll be looking at it this way. If you can see, yeah, so that's where I put too much paint on the loofah and first put it down, and I'm going to have to work that somehow. But I'm quite pleased with the effect you get here. You see, this is what excited me when I saw this person doing the tutorial with the loofah. I've only seen one person try it, and I watched it a while ago, but you know, it's kind of, how difficult can it be? Well, I like this bit, but you know what, I think I'm going to have to use one of my sponges and maybe just and I'm reluctant to, I'm very nervous about using water, but I'm just going to spray a bit of water there to probably make a complete Horlicks of it. Well, it's becoming a focal point. I wasn't going to have a focal point for this. I'm trying to rescue some of the blue and spread it out. Yeah. Yeah. Lovely up to, this is a artwork of two halves. Lovely up to there, and then just two great big red and blue. Not so much of the yellow, but red and blue splotches. Spraying of water on it just seemed to make it, yeah, worse. So, I don't know about my thinking cap, but I'm going to have to put something on and perhaps flick a switch somewhere in my cranium and work out how to rescue this piece. Which I'll do, because this video has probably gone on too long, and I'll update you in the next video, where hopefully I've managed to salvage something out of this. Not too bad, but yeah, I think I'm stuck with the red and the blue now. Guess I'll paint over it with white again. Not sure what I'm going to do. Anyway, I'll update you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra.